In the late 18th century, Saint-Domingue, often referred to as the Pearl of the Antilles, was a jewel of the Caribbean. Its lush landscapes and fertile soil produced an abundance of sugar and coffee, making it the crown jewel of the French colonial empire. Yet beneath the surface of its wealth lay a horrific reality. Over 500,000 enslaved Africans toiled under brutal conditions, their lives reduced to mere commodities in the eyes of plantation owners. The clinking of gold coins masked the cries of those who suffered, and the opulence enjoyed by the French elite was built on the backs of the oppressed. As the winds of revolution swept through France in 1789, igniting cries for liberty, equality, and fraternity, the echoes of these ideals reached the shores of Saint-Domingue. The French Revolution inspired enslaved people and free people of color alike, setting the stage for a seismic shift in the colony. In 1791, a secret voodoo ceremony in the mountainous region of Bois Caïman became the spark that ignited the Haitian Revolution. Under the guidance of spiritual leaders and visionaries, the enslaved population united in a powerful rebellion against their oppressors, fueled by a yearning for freedom and dignity. Among the leaders who emerged from this tumultuous period was Toussaint Louverture, a former enslaved man whose brilliance as a military strategist would change the course of history. Toussaint was not only a fierce warrior, but also a shrewd diplomat, adept at navigating the complexities of the colonial powers vying for control of the island. He envisioned an autonomous Saint-Domingue, free from the shackles of slavery, where the rights of all people would be respected. His leadership inspired hope among the enslaved and fear among the plantation owners, who saw their grip on power slipping away. As Toussaint rallied the troops and orchestrated a series of successful military campaigns against the French, Spanish, and British forces, his reputation grew. He became a symbol of resistance, a beacon of hope for those who had long been denied their humanity. Yet as the revolution intensified, so too did the ambitions of those in power across the Atlantic. In France, Napoleon Bonaparte emerged as a military genius and ambitious leader, determined to establish a French empire that would rival the great powers of Europe. Napoleon's rise coincided with the chaos of the revolution, and his vision for France included the restoration of its colonial wealth. Influenced by the plantation owners who had lost their fortunes during the revolution, he began to contemplate the restoration of slavery in the colonies. This decision would have catastrophic consequences, particularly for the people of Saint-Domingue. In 1801, Toussaint Louverture, having established control over the colony and enacted progressive reforms, sought to negotiate with France. He aimed to secure the rights of the formerly enslaved and maintain the autonomy of Saint-Domingue. But Napoleon, driven by his desire for control and profit, viewed Toussaint's actions as a threat to his authority. In a calculated move, he dispatched an expedition led by General Charles Leclerc to the island with secret orders to disarm the black population and restore slavery. The Leclerc expedition, which landed in Haiti in 1802, brought thousands of troops armed with the latest military technology. They were met not with submission, but fierce resistance. Toussaint, General Henri Christophe, and other leaders of the Haitian Revolution employed guerrilla tactics, utilizing the dense terrain to their advantage. The French forces, however, were not only contending with the tenacity of the Haitian fighters, but also with an unseen enemy, yellow fever. The disease ravaged the French troops, decimating their ranks and weakening their resolve. Toussaint's leadership during this time was marked by both brilliance and tragedy. He fought valiantly to protect the gains of the revolution, but as the situation escalated, he faced betrayal. In a moment of misplaced trust, he agreed to a truce with the French, believing that diplomacy could avert further bloodshed. This decision would prove catastrophic. In 1802, under the guise of negotiation, Toussaint was captured by Leclerc's forces. He was taken to France, where he was imprisoned in a cold fortress high in the Alps, far from the land he had fought so hard to liberate. With Toussaint imprisoned, the brutal campaign against the enslaved population intensified. Leclerc's orders were clear: crush the rebellion and restore the plantation system. The atrocities committed during this period were horrific. Enslaved people who had fought for their freedom were subjected to violent reprisals. Families were torn apart, and the landscape of resistance was stained with blood. Yet, amidst this darkness, hope remained. The spirit of the revolution endured, embodied by leaders like Jean-Jacques Dessalines, who rose to prominence in Toussaint's absence. Dessalines became a rallying figure for the Haitian fighters, his battle cry of liberty or death echoing through the hills and valleys of the island. He inspired a new wave of resistance, galvanizing the people to continue the fight against their oppressors. The struggle was not merely for freedom. It was a fight for the very soul of the nation. The Haitian people, fueled by their desire for liberation, engaged in fierce battles against the French forces, employing tactics that capitalized on their knowledge of the terrain and their determination to be free. As the campaign dragged on, the French forces found themselves increasingly isolated and weakened. The combination of relentless guerrilla warfare and the devastating effects of yellow fever led to significant losses. By 1803, the tides had turned. The Haitian revolutionaries, emboldened by their victories and the sacrifices of their fallen comrades, pressed on with unwavering resolve. On January 1st, 1804, the culmination of years of struggle was realized when Haiti declared its independence. The proclamation was not merely a statement of freedom, it was a monumental moment in world history, marking the first successful slave revolt that led to the establishment of a sovereign nation. The Haitian Revolution sent shockwaves across the globe, challenging the very foundations of slavery and colonialism. Yet, the cost of this independence was steep. The struggle for freedom had left deep scars on the land and its people. The brutal campaign against the enslaved population, the loss of lives, and the devastation wrought by years of conflict weighed heavily on the nation. In the aftermath of independence, Haiti faced an uncertain future, burdened by the legacy of violence and the economic repercussions of its fight for freedom. In the years that followed, the newly independent Haiti would grapple with the consequences of its revolution. France, unwilling to accept the loss of its most profitable colony, imposed an independence debt on Haiti, demanding reparations for the loss of property, including enslaved people. This debt crippled the Haitian economy and set the stage for decades of struggle and instability. Meanwhile, Napoleon, who had once envisioned a grand empire, faced his own challenges in Europe. His ambitions would ultimately lead to his downfall, culminating in his exile. In later years, he would reflect on the events in Haiti with a sense of regret. The decision to restore slavery had cost him not only a colony, but also the moral high ground in a world increasingly aware of the horrors of slavery. The legacy of his actions would haunt him, a stark reminder of the complexities of power, ambition, and human dignity. As history unfolded, the leaders of the Haitian Revolution, Toussaint Louverture, Jean-Jacques Dessalines, and others, would be remembered not just as figures of their time, but as pioneers in the ongoing struggle for freedom and human rights. Their courage in the face of oppression and their unwavering commitment to justice resonated far beyond the shores of Haiti. The Haitian Revolution became a symbol of hope for oppressed peoples around the world, inspiring movements for liberation and equality. The narrative of Napoleon Bonaparte and the Haitian Revolution serves as a poignant reminder of the moral complexities faced by even the most celebrated historical figures. The legacy of the Haitian Revolution challenges us to confront the darker chapters of history, to recognize the sacrifices made in the name of freedom, and to understand the enduring impact of those struggles on contemporary society. In the end, the story of Haiti is one of resilience, courage, and an unyielding quest for dignity. It stands as a testament to the power of the human spirit to rise against oppression and to forge a new path, even in the face of overwhelming odds. The echoes of that struggle continue to resonate today, reminding us that the fight for freedom and justice is a timeless endeavor, one that requires vigilance, solidarity, and an unwavering commitment to the ideals of liberty and equality for all. If you enjoyed this historical journey, support our channel by hitting the like button, subscribing, and sharing your thoughts in the comments. Don't miss our upcoming history content.